Do you sometimes have these thoughts at work like my leader's too demanding, or this colleague of mine is not trustworthy, or this team member is just not hungry enough? Or even in your personal life, the idea that, hey, I've been married for over 15 years and I don't think my spouse cares for me anymore. Yeah. Now, if you notice, what's common in all these thoughts is the subconscious belief that the source of my ineffectiveness and my unhappiness is outside of me. That only if others could change, I'll be rocking. We do tend to externalize our challenges a lot and wish for others to change. I'll tell you, sometimes I'll go to a friend's house over the weekend and meet someone I've never met before. And I tell them I'm a life coach, and they're like, oh, you must meet my wife. I think she'll greatly benefit from talking to you. Yeah, right. And as the evening progresses and I do meet the wife and she gets to know what I do, she's like, oh, come, let me introduce you to my husband because I think he sorely needs a life coach. In our mind, the problem is always somewhere out there. The reality is the change is within us. The question I would pose you is your leader too demanding, or are you not courageous enough to express yourself more fully? Is your colleague not trustworthy, or are you not collaborative enough? Is your team member not driven enough, or are you not able to inspire him or her? Has your spouse stopped caring for you, or have you stopped demonstrating your love? Which one's the truth? The good news is that when we begin to look within and start to make changes, irrespective of the people and the circumstances around us, we start to experience a different reality. And it's not about shifting blame from others to us and so on. It's really the difference, if you can imagine, between looking out of the second story of Empire State Building and the 102nd story. The scenery by itself outside is the same, but we have a different perspective. So as you start to examine and start working on your own attitude and perceptions and beliefs and behavior, you suddenly start experiencing the external world very differently. And this, by the way, also has a decent chance of eliciting a healthier response from the other side too. This empowering idea that the change is within us and that we are not victims of our circumstances is part of what inside out leadership is about.